good.
This time on Heavy Rescue 401. Low clearance
It's like threading a needle. We're hung up on the roof.
causes high pressure.
Are we getting too close?
Duncan
You're right out on the line.
runs out of room,
Just stop. Son of a bitch.
Oh, she's real mango.
and a truck in the trees
I'm not liking that. Blue line is not snug.
leans heavy on Herbs.
Come the rain, guys.
But I had to fill the truck. I'm pretty sure it's clean now.
I tell you, it's like driving up a river.
You got rain, rain, and rain.
A midwinter warm front slams into southern Ontario.
Getting worse here.
Wow.
Drenching the highways around Toronto in an unrelenting downpour.
While the rainstorm we've been expecting is certainly causing excessive delays this morning, we're dealing with numerous closures, flooding on the on and off ramps.
We are supposed to get about a month's worth of rain in like a 24-hour period.
Just north of the 401 in Brampton, Constable Rob Visconti heads to check on a maintenance crew at an on-ramp to Highway 410.
The ramp is obviously flooded due to the amount of rain that we've been getting. The MTO's got the top of the ramp shut down, not allowing any cars onto the ramp for safety.
Dangerous situations, cars coming down the ramp. They're going to hit the water. They're going to hydroplane. So we got to get it cleared right away.
If a layer of water gets between a car's wheels and the road, steering and brakes are useless.
That's when your car is going to spin out of control and you're going to cause a collision. So slow down, leave lots of space ahead of you, and pay attention to what's in front of you, behind you, and beside you at all times. It's supposed to get worse as the afternoon and evening progress. I'm just going to continue patrolling our area here. I'm expecting a pretty busy day ahead of us.
That freaking rain, man. I can't see nothing.
They got freezing rain warning.
That does not sound good.
No freezing rain yet, but there's still danger. It's a poor visibility because of the rain and fog.
50 kilometers north, conditions are weighing heavy on sunny Subra.
I am expecting a son. My life has completely changed. If I lose my life, I got nobody to look after my kids and my wife. So basically, it's me. It's not belong to me.
I got a call. There's a truck block in the lane on a northbound 400. It's right there, but it's really hard to see it. He's blocking the lane. Oh, wow, this guy is in bad spot. Ooh. But I'm gonna put my lights on. Why these two cars here? What they doing? Guys, okay?
The driver ran out of fuel and called family members for help. They're on scene, waiting for his son to deliver a jerry can.
I asked them, they said they are okay, but I can see they are not okay. I'm gonna go let the OPP know they are not okay. Very bad spot here. There's a transport truck block in the right lane. 401, 400 northbound. It's very dangerous because like people cannot see. They don't know it's in the lane or it's in the shoulder. They can come and hit the truck in the right and the back. So boom, it's gonna be a disaster.
With the risk increasing every minute the family waits, the OPP responds to clear the lane.
Yeah, hook him up. Hook him up? As soon as this guy leaves, hook him up and get him off. Okay, thank you. This is really a bad spot, but nothing we can do. We gotta hook it up. The lively traffic is very close to us. If somebody they don't pay attention, they can run into us.
But just as Sonny starts to hook up, the driver's son finally arrives.
Bro, you're not doing it.
And he's determined to save his father from a towing bill.
Is this a boat? You gotta do this to a father? Really?
On North America's busiest highway, closure is not an option.
I don't know what's going on here.
To clear the lane quickly, the constable is giving the son one chance.
Wait here, I'm gonna block this lane so you can do that. All right, you're not using your head though. You can't just keep walking to the last lane. All right, if it's just
Yeah, I'll let them do it.
If they can start the engine, it will clear the lane faster than Sonny can rig up.
They're gonna put up fuel and then start it up and then go. Officer gave him a chance, but if it doesn't work, and then I had to tow it. It's a waiting game is going on right now. It's a very bad spot. They shouldn't run out of gas on the highway.
Isn't that bad out there? Oh yeah, this is real bad out here.
200 kilometers southwest, the temperature is just a few degrees colder.
Hardcore weather.
But that's just enough.
A couple spots here, it's just pretty slushy. Yeah, good luck stopping if you need to stop.
This stretch between Ingersoll and Putnam, it can get pretty greasy from day to day. It doesn't take much for this area to turn into a sheet of ice.
Ross Services' Austin Hutchinson is pushing through the slush.
I'm heading up towards Ingersoll. I got a call for a tractor trailer that supposedly has jumped the median.
He's the newest heavy op to join a team loaded with veterans.
We're the young guys coming in, and we need to step up, and we're going to have to take on a bigger role.
We'll go down and have a look, see what we got.
Today, Austin will be stepping up alongside lead operator Mike Ross.
Oh, man. Seriously.
And the job already looks daunting.
Like we got one up here in front of the bridge.
I show up to a tractor trailer that's on top of the guardrail, but it's stuffed underneath an overpass as well. They never mention anything about an overpass.
Looked like he jackknifed and put it up over the guardrail in between two columns.
We don't want to just pull this tractor trailer straight back and start ripping the front end apart, and then we're into coolant leaks and possible engine oil leaks and stuff like that.
Well, I was thinking maybe we should take the trailer off it. Just confirm that it's empty and see if that'll work.
Empty? Yeah. Goal is always to try and work without shutting down the highway, so we're gonna see what we can do here.
Real slow, okay?
Yeah.
Austin will pull the trailer from the back, while Mike lifts and guides the front.
Taking the signal for Mike here. We're backing this trailer up while he's swinging it out, bringing it out underneath of this overpass.
It's a little bit nerve-wracking, obviously. I don't want to have the nose of this trailer swinging off the end of Mike's rotator.
Perfect so far.
Yeah, that doesn't look good, eh?
But now it's clear just what the tractor and they are up against.
We're definitely dealing with inches to spare here.
There's a beam under it and everything, and lace posts are going to be an issue, and we're going to have to do something with it. I don't know.
This doesn't look good. What's going on up here?
On Highway 400, just north of Toronto,
400 is northbound. We've got a transport block in the right lane.
the stranded semi is fueled up.
Just trying to start it.
But the truck refuses to start.
Where are you gonna put it?
So now, it's up to Sonny to clear it off the road.
Where do you want to go? Gas station? The temperature is going down. It's gonna get freeze now. Freezing cold rain, eh? Okay? It's an automatic truck. I had to pull the dry shop, but it's raining so hard. It's not an easy thing.
Removing the drive shaft will save the transmission during the tow. But that means more time on this busy highway in bad conditions.
Traffic on the live lane, they're flying by. That's really dangerous.
I can't spend time here. No, this is not gonna work out. The bolt is tripped, so I cannot take it out.
So Sonny turns to the alternate method to keep the wheels from engaging the transmission.
I had to pull the axle. Okay. I can't spend time here, man. This is a bad spot. Okay. Almost ready to go. Now put the tow lights. Good to go.
You can be careless, giving up your life in the side of the highway.
Okay, let's go, let's go.
Everything I do is just for my family. I want to be alive to support my family.
I don't know how the hell you got in there.
Back on the 401 in Ingersoll.
What are you thinking, Austin?
Before Mike and Austin can try to free the tractor from the overpass, they need to make room to work.
I've never had to pull one off of a wall that's kind of wedged between ground clearance and between the roof clearance.
Come give me a hand with this tank.
Their first step, try to gain some clearance on the bottom.
Still full of fuel.
Yeah, you're all right. Go ahead.
Fuel tank was stuck up underneath the tractor, creates an issue. Oh, you want to lay her down, Austin? Lay her level.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Okay, you're good.
But even if they've gained room on the bottom, Mike has to maneuver his boom over top.
I think with this kind of pulling left here, we're going to have restrictions with the boom. Trying to lift it off the median be a little challenging. I think we'll get you to lift the back end up. Okay. We'll lift the front, and we'll swing it over.
All right. We're trying to work underneath an overpass here, but we're limited for space, so I'm just gonna boom up, okay?
Austin will pull the tractor back and out, while Mike's rotator lifts the front up and off the barrier.
There we go.
But as they get ready for the move,
Oh, it's kind of got the air dryer hanging over the front here.
the tractor reveals another surprise.
It's hooked.
Basically, the entire rad support and your charge air cooler for your intake, it's all caught right up on the front of this median.
Yeah, we just have to be a little careful. Lifting it off is going to be a little tricky because of the height restriction and clearance and all that, but didn't want to create any further damage to the concrete median or the truck.
Come down, Mike, you're good. You can get a hold of it right here. Should be all right. Yep, you're good.
The air dryer for the braking system adds only a few inches,
Okay.
but they didn't have many to spare.
I'm gonna get a hold of the back end of this tractor. And Michael's gonna grab a hold of the nose. All right, buddy.
We're trying to not lift this truck high enough that we're going to be doing any further damage to the bottom of this overpass or to the roof of this tractor.
Okay. Hey, Austin, we're hung up on the roof there. Do a little pulling more than lifting.
Okay. Right for the support of the overpass there is right where this roof is stuff under it, so we gotta try to walk it back at the same time as lift it here.
Under a tight overpass in Ingersoll, Mike and Austin are all out of room.
Hey, Austin.
Yeah, hang on.
They need to reposition and re-rig to clear the rest of the barrier.
I can come around the other side of the post now, Danny. Unhook me there so I can swing my boom.
We gotta get Michael readjusted here so we can swing her out.
Throw it over the wall, Danny.
We're going to have to swing the boom out around the side of this post, pick the nose of the tractor up.
All right, hook her on that chain, Danny.
He's going to let his cables out while I boom up and in, and hopefully we can set the front end down inside the wall.
Once you get a hold of it again, I'll boom out a little more
okay,
so that I can more lift it than pull it.
Try her there, Austin.
But Mike won't have much space to maneuver the boom.
It's like threading a needle.
All right, Austin, working towards you, okay?
Hey, Mike.
The tractor is free. Now Mike and Austin need to somehow wrangle it from under the overpass.
I've got a straight stick wrecker. Mike has the rotator. We definitely have to kind of be in sync together because I don't have the swing that Mike does.
It's coming along pretty good here. We're just working it around here. Come on. Clear here.
All right, I'll drop it down.
Yep. That actually come out of there pretty good. Pretty slick, eh?
It's definitely a big relief once we get this thing up off of the wall and over that guardrail.
A little tight. Can wiggle around that column a little bit. A little messing around, but come out pretty good.
No, tonight went really, really well. Mike and I are really happy with this recovery. Trailer come off, no problem, and that tractor walked its way out just the way we wanted to in between the two trucks. We're really happy with how tonight went.
And the nights ahead look promising too.
Guys like my dad, they're not around as much anymore. It's important that we build up some of these younger guys to help out on these big jobs.
All right, I'm good to go.
Austin's been a big help. He's doing a real good job for us.
Not a bad recovery, that's a good one.
Okay, you guys ready?
600 kilometers east at the far end of the 401.
Okay, you want to take 154? Okay. And just follow us up there, okay?
Don't forget your seatbelt.
The Cornwall towing crew is mobilizing to answer an urgent late-night call.
We never know what we're getting into. Hopefully it'll be an easy job, but we'll see when we get there.
But in case the job does turn ugly,
Back in the saddle.
Duncan's bringing some veteran backup. His father, Al.
My son asked me if he wants to go out. I'm not going to say no. It gets the adrenaline going.
Dad's been retired for several years there now, so, you know, when he does come back out,
It'll be all clear.
well, it sort of reminds me of the old days.
Just weld that bracket just like that. Clean up the ends a little bit.
Okay.
Just over 2 decades ago, it was Al who turned to his son for help.
The date was August the 22nd, 1998. And I was in the shop and I was working with the acetylene torches and the auction line, it blew.
My father, in that accident, he lost his left eye and quite a few fingers and digits on his left hand. Lighting her up, watch your eyes. Or in your case, eye.
At the time, Duncan was working in Toronto. But when he got the call, he left his job and his new life behind.
Okay.
Check that out. Make sure it's everything good there.
It made me feel proud that he come back home to work. It turned out really good. Okay.
Perfect.
Got our little convoy heading up to the wreck.
A little slippery coming up the hill.
Duncan, Al, and crew are helping out Bill Ewing and his team on a scene 60 kilometers west of town.
We're headed out in the 401 towards where we got a couple of tractor trailers in the median.
With a heavy steel hauler to recover, Bill decided he could use some backup.
There's basically no two calls that are the same. The whole thing is, it's a different scenario every trip.
It's not going to be easy. We have a tractor trailer jackknife, so it doesn't look bad, but it is loaded very heavy. It's mangled.
The front of the tractor was out onto the road, into the fast lane, blocking traffic.
So there's another one on the other side of the road. Apparently he come through the middle. This guy tried to miss him, still hit him, and he wound up down here in the ditch.
A westbound semi lost control, smashing through the median right into the path of the steel hauler, which careened to the other side of the highway.
Okay, watch out, guys.
There we go.
Another company will tackle the second truck in the morning. But the steel hauler is too close to the road and needs to move tonight.
Okay. We hooked the chains on the end of the spring shackles. About the only thing solid there to hook onto right now.
Step 1, straighten out the jackknife and get it pointed in the right direction.
Make it happen.
They rig for Bill's operator, Mouse Carson, to pull the tractor toward the road, and Cornwall's Matt Kwan to pull back on the trailer.
Okay. Oh! Down to one lane, boys. Let's go faster.
Yep, yep.
Another big concern, the roads are bare and dry, and the traffic that we're dealing with on our side of the road tends to drive a lot faster.
The crews will need to keep themselves and the wreck clear of traffic
Like, holy.
on both sides of the median.
You ready?
We're all hooked up. He's good whenever you're ready to forward, Doc.
Okay.
She's moving.
It's heavy, eh?
Oh, yeah. It's a heavy pull.
We gotta watch and don't put that thing out onto the highway. Hold on that yellow one a little tighter, it'll help steer.
With its front axle mangled, the tractor is diverting into the live lane.
The front of this tractor is destroyed. There's no way of steering it. We have to use the winch lines of the tow truck to steer it out to the position where we want it.
Hold on, Matt.
They're all out of room.
Loosen your lines off, give yourself about 20 feet. Okay.
Duncan needs to reposition and re-rig.
Trying to direct the front end of the truck back away from the other lane. Get the snatch block low over to this one side will help steer the front of the truck over a bit more. At least that's a plan, right, Mouse?
Oh, that's always a plan.
Hey, we're gonna pull. Dad, just keep an eye in the back of the trailer, eh?
Yep.
Can you see what's going on with the tractor there? Are we getting too close, Bill, or...
Yeah, you're right out on the line now, Doc.
Hold on, Matt. Matt? Just stop. Son of a bitch. Holy.
He slowed down?
Yeah.
On the 401 east of Iroquois, Duncan's pull is veering in the wrong direction.
We just about got the tractor over into the other lane now, and that's no good.
The axle's pushed right back to the back end. We can't steer it with the axle driven back that way.
When things don't go right, we start getting a little bit frustrated and, how are we going to re-rig this now to make things simpler?
You know what we're gonna do, Matt? What? We're gonna try something a little funny here, okay?
They need somehow to force the tractor to turn.
We're gonna hook up to the front axle with this. Yeah. And then we'll use a rotator and winch this truck ahead. That way here we can steer, it'll be a lot easier. We'll hook up with this, okay? Okay.
The wrecker will hold the broken front end up off the ground to steer the hauler, while the rotator pulls both wrecker and casualty.
Then you're just going to choke it up on that side?
Yeah.
Okay?
I thought this would be a way to quicken it up instead of fighting with no steering on the tractor.
How's it there, Dad?
Good, 100%.
We're gonna take this steering axle problem out of the equation right now. There we go. And then Matt's gonna winch this truck ahead with the rotator. It's too heavy just to simply drive ahead with the tow truck to try and take it out of the snow. Release your brakes. Okay, Matt, pull it.
They'll have to muscle the combined weight of the hauler, its 20-ton load, and the wrecker.
The trailer's loaded heavy enough. We are coming up a little bit of an embankment. We still have a long ways to go before we're out of the woods here.
Want me to keep going? I'm starting to lift the truck a bit.
Yeah, keep going. It's gonna start getting heavy now. A little bit more, keep going. Is it going, Bill?
Yeah, you're back within your own lane now. That's the way to do it.
I like it. Back on the pavement, I like it. I have an idea every once in a while, you know, not too often, but once in a while it happens. Okay, pull her in a bit, Dad.
Okay, all set.
Okay, Dad, that's good.
Okay?
You trained him well, Al.
Yes, sir, he's got her. I better, he can still kick my ass.
And I really enjoy seeing Duncan doing what I've done over the years, and the business is really growing.
Al likes coming out on this stuff. Duncan likes to see him out here with him, too. Started under!
That should be good. I always like working with Dad.
I'll catch up with you later.
Just like the old time. Remind me like 15, 20 years ago. We're out there working it together.
That's another one in the books.
As dawn breaks, just across the highway, the second semi is still planted deep in the trees.
Be quite the pullout, I'll tell you, because that was buried in there pretty good. That's going to be a fun little recovery.
Beautiful morning. Feels good to get the big iron rolling.
Wrestling the truck free will be up to Andrew Vink and the crew from Herb's Towing after a few weeks of smaller jobs.
The boys are all pumped to get going. It was quite a while since we had a wreck of that nature.
Finally got a good wreck.
But because of the direction the semi is facing, Andrew needs to spin his rotator around.
Go. What are you waiting for?
I'm stuck.
As Andrew makes his turn, he can tell that today they'll be fighting resistance from some very soft ground.
Bill, can you pull me, buddy? I'm stuck. Backed up a little too far, started spinning. I said, I got this. And she didn't move.
There we go, baby.
I was hoping not to do an 18-point turn with the 80-ton, but that kind of what happened. Well, that's embarrassing.
Showtime, boys.
Operator Bill Fell can chalk up his first recovery of the day. But the next one will be tougher.
It's pretty exciting to get a big wreck, kind of get our juices going again.
Let's do a quick walk around.
Oh, she's real mango.
Must have been a hell of a ride.
When the westbound semi lost control and veered in front of the steel hauler, the impact deflected it off-road and into the woods.
It's like the milk truck all over again.
But drier.
Junior Op Zach Thompson can see that this terrain will be trouble.
The truck was surrounded and tangled in a bunch of trees and branches.
It's like a perfect piece of puzzle. You gotta find a way to MacGyver it out of the trees. I'd like to cut down the least amount of trees possible.
It's gonna be a good pull, eh?
Yeah, your job's gonna get a little challenging.
But the biggest problem is that the westbound semi ended up in the eastbound ditch.
We try at all costs to avoid pulling out a tractor facing westbound in the eastbound lanes. If we did so, we would have had to deal with a complete highway closure.
To keep one lane of traffic moving, Andrew must spin the entire transport around before it hits the road.
This is gonna get finicky for Bill. This job is definitely not just a hook and pull job. It's gonna need a lot of finessing.
Oh, bad one there, driver. Can't even see the tractor. That doesn't look good. You heard what's going on eastbound?
On the 401 west of Cornwall,
Clear down to 1 lane.
Andrew Vink has worked out a plan for his wrong way recovery.
Alright, we'll bring the trailer over here. Accident comes out, so we're going to be in the jackknife position. Once the trailer's on the road, we'll swing the tractor over. Good?
Good plan.
Okay. You see that cross member?
The amount of room we had to work with was gonna give us a challenge.
Job one was to get that thing out of the trees. We were gonna have to kind of thread the needle a bit and do a bit of lifting to be able to get this thing to the road.
So the initial pull is this is pulling it out.
Yeah.
To try and get the tractor out of the bush.
No, not even out of the bush. You just need it about 6 inches.
Okay.
The tractor has cosmetic damage to the front end, but was relatively in good shape.
To keep it that way, the crew will ease the tractor back out of the trees before they swing the semi around.
Okay.
For that first move, Zach will control the pull.
Basically, whenever I start pulling the trailer back, it should pull the truck away from the trees.
Right to the fifth wheel.
Bill and Andrew rig from Bill's rotator to the fifth wheel.
Bill, you're good?
Yeah.
As the trailer retreats, Bill will direct the tractor's path with a very narrow margin of error.
If everybody's clear, we can do the initial pull back.
No, we're good to start. Hey, I'm getting, it's pulling me, eh?
Now keep tight. How's the front end? Are we clear of the trees, Pierre?
Yeah.
Okay, whoa. Since he's out of the trees now, we're going to be pulling this thing out so it's facing eastbound to the eastbound lanes. Bill, you can start booming all the way out right to the SN. Bill takes care of the trailer, so we're just doing a swap. Oh my goddamn. We're going to swing that trailer around, have Zach hook up to the truck, and he comes right out on the jackknife position. Then we'll swing the tractor. Okay. You good, Bill?
I'm pulling.
It would have been 100% easier to pull this thing backwards, so it would have been facing westbound. The gamble we took by swinging the trail 180 degrees is Bill being so far out, you're dragging that trail in the snow. You don't know exactly what's underneath that snow, and you're adding resistance to the pull.
And this is just Bill's second full winter as a heavy operator.
As long as you don't pull hard on the right line, Bill, just keep it snug.
And is it staying snug? Because I can't see it.
She's tight.
This is a major maneuver for me. I had the boom full out.
She's almost opening up for you. Okay, Bill. Boom down. Zach, can you pull your line out? Ready to hook up on that chain on that fifth wheel?
Yes, sir. Okay.
We're just about in the angle that Zach can start pulling on the tractor. You're good, Zach?
Yeah.
Cab, brace release. You can start moving up and bring it to you, Billy.
Okay.
Not too high, Billy. I don't want to hit the tractor in the front.
Okay.
I had to balance this thing and swing it over while matching Zach's speed.
You can actually get that trailer turned right beside you, buddy. Because if you keep on going the way you are, she'll wind up in the live lane.
Is it back this way?
Yeah.
Hold on, boys.
Alright. Bill, you can drive ahead about 30 feet.
Yeah.
Bill almost has the back end oriented.
Right there?
Yeah.
Now he needs to swing the trailer onto the road.
Okay, everybody clear from the truck and trailer?
Okay.
Okay, pull the trailer. Give me a sec, Zach. Bill, move all the way up, buddy. Okay. Kev, wheel slightly turn to the right. Yeah, left, left, left. Come down.
The higher the incline, the more angles you got, the more stress on your truck, and we can have the potential of rolling this thing over back into the ditch.
Blue line is not snug again, or slack.
Bill's got a lot of stress going on. He's got the trailer suspended in the air, and Zach's winching on this tractor.
Oh yeah, now she's fighting. Come on, baby.
And every single feet that Zach's bringing the tractor towards him, Bill's got to adjust at the back end.
On the edge of the eastbound 401, the final stretch of the wrong way recovery is going the wrong way.
I'm not liking that.
We had it just about up and on the road, and the trailer tipped over a bit.
Oh, hold on.
It scared the hell out of me.
Bill, tighten the line, tighten your silver line.
With the trailer dangling in midair, Bill needs to keep his lines evenly taut on both sides.
Bill, just keep this out. Keep tension on it, just like that. Well, you can go down if you want. So you gotta adjust this. You follow the fifth wheel angle, and the fifth wheel pivoted to the front, so did the trailer.
What happened there is Bill let go of the line slightly, and that trailer the center of gravity just wanted to center itself and then just pivot on the fifth wheel. So, a little mistake.
I'll be honest, I got a little nervous.
It looks sketchy when it does that, yeah? Bill, you good?
Yes.
Okay. Zach, start opening up that angle.
Bill steadied the back end and his nerves.
You okay, Zach?
Now the other end is up to Zach.
Another about 4 feet, I'd say, Zach, and then we can start working on that front end. Okay. Okay, brakes, Kev. Next step is to get that tractor turned back onto the road. Feeling good. This is back on the road, gets under relief.
The crew just needs to replace the mangled rear wheels or bogie. And they'll finally be out of the woods.
So we're replacing it with ours?
Whoa.
Hey, good. Good job.
Got it, boys.
They kept the traffic moving.
They at least have one lane open.
And the semi is on its way.
It looks like they almost got it cleaned up there, guys.
Feeling great.
It wasn't the easiest job for Bill to handle, but he did it very well.
It's a great feeling wrapping up a job like that and being able to get off the highway, let everybody get where they're going.
Sometimes they're tough ones, but a win's a win.
Good job there, guys. Quality effort, boys. Quality.
You don't see that every day.
Dennis!
Next time On Heavy Rescue 401.
It's a big mess to clean up.
Double trailers.
She's gonna be ugly.
Double destruction.
So the report said the fuel is leaking.
It's a major hangup for the OPP.
All lanes are blocked right now.
Ready? Yep.
And Duncan.
He's tipping himself over.
Gets stopped.
Oh, whoa, oh!
They need all hands on deck.
This time on Heavy Rescue 401.
People just kept running into each other.
Pile up in the east shakes up drivers.
Thought I was gonna die.
And shuts down the highway.
We got a backlog going back miles.
Okay, let's do this. Let's get it out of here. We got 1 hour.
Mitch takes the lead.
It's a mess, man.
And a new crew member
Austin, don't get in that other lane.
swings into action.
Put the boom down.
Yeah.
Getting pretty bad out here.
Trying units got the dangerous condition. The lanes are completely covered with the snow.
Just a week into winter.
We're in a bad spot no matter where we go here.
And a low pressure system from the American Southwest has moved up into Ontario.
MTO is coming through with plows.
Pushing eastward and battering the highways around Toronto.
We're getting this winter weather coming through right now. It is going to be a bit of a mess.
We're dealing with all kinds of precipitation. The roads are slippery, they're snow covered, they're slick. We're getting calls for crashes all over the place.
There's another accident up here. My first bill too.
We've got about a dozen crashes on the go as we speak. The potential for serious collision is very real.
OPP Sergeant Kerry Schmidt
I'm gonna go live here now.
rolls onto the scene of a minor collision to update the public through social media.
So I'm actually right now on the Burlington Skyway, at the base of the Skyway on the Niagara-bound side. I'm getting hit right now with freezing ice pellets. The wind is really strong. If you're driving anywhere, just please be careful of the conditions.
The scene is almost clear.
All right, we got another vehicle out of the snowbank. It was stuck in traffic. We just got a bit of a slowdown here while we get this thing hooked up.
But
what's that red car there going sideways for? Do you see that car over there? See that car over in the distance?
Looking down the highway, I can see another vehicle coming up the opposite ramp towards us head on.
He's certainly going the wrong way. Holy cow. I don't know what they're doing.
I'm wondering what on earth is going through this driver's head because it does not seem normal.
What are you doing? You're going the wrong way.
She wanted to come up and speak to the driver of this other vehicle and thought driving the wrong way on the highway would be the best option.
I don't want to see people doing U-turns at the end of ramps, coming back the wrong way into oncoming traffic. Are you kidding me? Okay, get turned around and stop.
Right now, this ramp is shut down because the tow truck's on scene, but as soon as they start rolling, they're going to be driving head on.
Please, don't drive the wrong way on a highway, anytime, ever.
We're all a little bit tense, a little bit nervous, not quite sure what's going to happen next. It's going to be a long day.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy out here.
On North America's busiest highway, closure is not an option.
What's going on here on the westbound side? I just sent radio on.
130 kilometers northeast of the Skyway,
Holy, another truck in the ditch.
there's a break between squalls on the 401 near Newtonville. But the first blast of snow has already done its damage.
I'm currently headed westbound. We got a bobtail tractor that's gone off the highway and sounds like it's a couple hundred feet off into the ditch.
From his yard near Oshawa, B&G's Mitch Wright is heading to get the tractor out.
The road conditions are really slippery. We got freezing rain, so we have to get this thing out of here fast and get going down the road before anything bad can happen.
And the entire crew will be looking to Mitch to guide them.
My dad's out of town, so this is going to be my wrecking run. Want me to start? Pick it up.
At just 22, Mitch has proven he can handle the rotator. Now, he needs to prove he's a leader.
A little nervous about that.
I obviously have a small amount of concern.
You're okay.
But as time goes on, I'm becoming far more confident with Mitch's capabilities of doing things without me in his ear.
Let it go, nice and easy. It's the first time my heart beat that fast, that's for sure.
I guess if you had to go down in the ditch, at least you kept it upright.
Apparently it took out about 50 sheriff meds and a bunch of road signs.
The tractor hit a patch of ice, skidding off the road and deep into the field.
What's your ETA to get it out? Like, what's
This thing out? I was gonna say way inside of an hour, 45 minutes max. I think best way to do it is we'll go over the front, kind of off the front corner, grab onto the back, pull it out the same way that it went in, and then we're gonna bring it out right in front of us. I'm definitely on edge. I'm a little worried about this one. Anytime my dad's not here to give me a hand, you know, it puts you out of your comfort zone that much more. There's my old man there. Hey. Not much. We're gonna go off the front, drag him out to the guardrail.
I try to communicate with Mitch several times during a recovery, whether he wants me to or not,
Okay, I got 1 hour to get this thing out of here.
so that I get a sense that we're getting the highway open in a timely fashion.
Bye. Okay, we have a lane. Let's get this going.
Mitch has set a tight deadline,
Mike, that tall door's got the pads in the bottom. Let's get the pads slid on that side.
so he wants his crew to follow the most efficient plan.
Alrighty. Most cases, it's easiest to take the unit out the same exact way it went in. No guessing. We know that the tractor made it in that way. We know it's going to come out without rolling over.
He plans to pull the truck right back through the hole it tore in the guardrail.
Here, step on that. Keep your foot on there for a sec. We got 1 hour ETA with OPP, so they're counting on us. Okay, I'm all the way out on all fours. This looks like one we're gonna have in the bag, so long everything goes as planned.
He'll be leaning hard on his crew, including mechanic Matt Hubling.
We want to get this job done as quickly as possible to get out of the danger area.
Hey, look at this.
With the speeding drivers and the worsening road conditions.
Okay, let's do this. Let's get it out of here. We got 1 hour. Our biggest concern is just maneuvering through that tough terrain and get it as close up to the guardrail so we can do our final pull.
Just turn the wheel to the right. Right there.
The guardrail posts are still sticking out of the ground about a foot. So in order for us to get this truck out, it's got to clear those posts. All right, Matt, you want to get that chop saw running? We'll get these. Our quickest approach of attack is to kind of cut them off flat. Perfect. So we don't cause any damage to the truck on the way out.
So far,
Ryan, you want to jump back in, get those brakes off for me?
Mitch's plan is on track. With the boom out over the cab, Mitch will pull on a diverted low line to bring the tractor up to the road.
Something I've never done before, but we use the front of these to pull stuff out all the time, so I'm pretty confident. I find for the most part, guys kind of stray away from working over the front like that, but when it's needed, there's definitely a place for it. Okay, now let's run that chain back over to the truck again.
The move will allow Mitch to wrangle the tractor onto the highway facing the right direction, shaving time from the job.
I would say we're beating the out of our 1 hour, like we're coming up on that hot.
But the proof is in the pull.
Turn to the right, Mitch.
I'm hoping we can start getting some grip here in a minute. ditch is very, very, very icy, so the tires aren't biting into anything.
Instead of climbing to the road, it's sliding to the side.
You're gonna have to move the truck again, I knew it.
There's a lot of pressure on Mitch because of the deadline he gave to the police. Everyone's kind of watching to see what his next move is.
Alrighty. You got loud noises from the highway, you got people on your back to get it done. You have so many things going on. To keep a clear headspace is almost next to impossible. It's a mess, man. Such a simple job.
Yeah, what's going on, driver?
Hi, I left Rockville.
We got a hell of a mess here. That's what I'm hearing.
250 kilometers to the east, waves of squalls have passed through Brockville.
3 Delta 071 Smith Falls. I'll be heading down to the 401 to assist with the collision.
And OPP Constable Aaron Cranton is on the move.
If they're calling all units down to the 401 because there's a major collision, they need all hands on deck.
Is it that bad? Yeah, I must have seen at least 40 or 50 vehicles involved.
The entire westbound highway is caught in the grip of a massive pileup.
People just kept running into each other as the traffic came to a stop and backing out.
Constable Rob Sinclair is working to assess the scene.
We got a series of chain reaction collisions, mostly involving tractor trailers, but there's a lot of personal vehicles involved as well.
And the ripple effect is already stretching 6 kilometers down the 401.
The pressure is to make sure that everybody's safe, and we got a backlog that's going back miles.
It was snowing very, very hard, and then the traffic came to a stop, and then I was just rear-ended and pushed into this truck here.
One driver didn't survive the impact.
I'm amazed that there weren't more serious injuries or other fatalities.
How many of these guys are innocent victims, eh?
The police need to conduct a full investigation. In the meantime, Rob wants to clear the backlog of trapped drivers.
There's a barrier in the median, and there's no turnoffs. So we're just kind of in the worst place we could possibly be.
But with almost 50 damaged vehicles blocking their way, tow trucks can't even gain access.
We just physically can't get them through.
It's been shut down for quite a while. All the tow trucks are waiting in the parking lot here.
There's an 18-wheel pile up here. I'm seeing nothing but carnage up here.
On the 401, just east of Brockville,
You know, when they said multiple truck pileup, I didn't quite envision that.
Rob Sinclair needs to ease the traffic behind the pileup.
Our biggest goal right now is to get the traffic moving so we can clear this backlog.
While Constable Aaron Cranton checks on the people trapped.
We probably have about a 3-kilometer stretch of vehicles. Some are directly involved in a collision. Some are just stranded as a result of collision in front of them. How are you doing?
We're doing okay.
And you're doing okay with warmth and everything else? Lots of gas to keep you guys warm?
Luckily, I filled up last night.
Okay. Take care.
Sometimes people are prepared, sometimes they're not. So do they have enough gas to keep the car running and keep them warm? Are there any injuries or any medical concerns that maybe someone might have to be dealing with?
Doing good?
Making sure that we check all the needs of those that are stranded.
How are you doing? Good. So how's the status of the gas doing?
It's low.
If you do get to a point where you can't start it again, please try and find somebody and get our attention and we'll help you out, okay?
Nightfall, with a sharp drop in temperature, is less than an hour away.
We gotta move that truck.
Rob has managed to escort the first tow truck onto the scene. He wants to strategically move a mangled pickup.
Back end was gone, front end was gone. It was completely destroyed.
As the investigation progresses, the OPP needs to open up a route to help backed up traffic weave its way to freedom. And make space for heavy wreckers to access the scene.
I'm gonna go down, try and finish up what I can down at that second collision, and then hopefully we can just start towing.
We've been here 6 hours. Yeah, we'll be a while going through this.
Straighten your wheels. Left, left, left.
250 kilometers west, near Newtonville,
I'm starting to lose my patience.
Mitch's self-imposed deadline has come and gone.
Dark does creep up pretty fast this time of year. We got freezing rain coming down, and we got high speeds going by, so it's definitely something we want to get done as soon as possible.
It's time for the new leader to come up with a new plan.
Long show, like always. We're gonna get the rotator put away, grab onto the front of it, drag it around, and then get hooked and get out of here. I'm done screwing around doing this. Yeah, all right, get this thing pulled ahead, Ryan. I'll stop you. I don't like to pick up the phone and call my dad. I know I should be the one that should have had this out already. That's on me. Good.
Mitch repositions the rotator.
I'm absolutely pissed. A job that should have been a 1-hour job is now turning into 3 hours. Grab me a snatch block, I'll run this out.
The crew now rigs to the front of the tractor to wrangle it onto the road.
Yeah, we gotta run that second line down here. I'm gonna run a secondary cable down to the back end of the tractor, try to pull the whole unit right towards me and up and out of harm's way. There.
Mitch is out of time and out of patience.
Just keep pulling, and the second that I feel comfortable, that's what we want. I went wide open on both of my cables and sucked that thing out of there as fast as possible. No! Yeah, it's out. It took long enough, but whatever. Nothing got broken, nobody got hurt, so. It ended up taking about 3 hours. It makes me feel like a bit of a bonehead, because I know that I know better, and that should have been out of there in an hour. We're just gonna get hooked to the front axle and then get this thing out of here, and they can get this road back opened up. It's about time. Yeah. I went in with a little bit of overconfidence, and this job's pretty good at humbling you pretty fast if you're not careful, so yeah, it kind of bit me in the ass. It's all learning, right? Every time I come out, it's another learning experience, so. Next time I come and it's the same way, you know, we'll have a faster way to do it. No trial and error. We got her out. It's time to go home.
Anytime you can complete the task at hand, whether you go through some difficulties during that task, if you can take that information, put it away, and make use of it for next time, it's still a win.
Back in Maitland, near Brockville,
You're going to go to him with one heavy?
Sure.
And the tilt flow?
Yep.
The other heavy stays here.
Sounds good, Rob. Appreciate it. No problem.
Rob Sinclair has helped open a route for heavy tows to start their work.
It's a huge relief. The priority now shifts to seeing what we can do to get the backlog of traffic moving and getting it through.
A big part of that task will be up to the crew from Kane's Towing, based just on the other side of Brockville.
Kind of a mess, isn't it?
Owner Derek Kane sizes up the biggest challenge, a badly smashed semi.
This is the nastiest one because of the condition of the trucks.
Okay, go down and have a look at that.
Yeah.
See what's going on here.
The SUV was jammed up pretty close to being under to the windshield on the back of the truck that it hit. Fortunately, nobody was hurt in that.
But the damage is extensive.
We have to worry about that cargo possibly falling out because the back was all broke open.
35,000 pounds of frozen chicken, ready to dump all over the highway.
If we can avoid having to offload it, it's going to save a significant amount of time.
Just get the truck in there and then suck her aboard.
The first step is just separating the SUV. But That will shift the load in the compromised semi.
The gamble would be the trailer's going to break apart and spill out all over the road and have us a bigger mess to have to deal with.
You ready?
Just down the road, Constable Cranton has called in transport for people trapped in their vehicles.
We gathered everybody up in a school bus that was unable to drive their vehicles so that we could transport them to the warming center.
There's food set up and a heated location for them to keep warm and make phone calls and arrangements for where they're going to stay tonight. The teamwork involved in any emergency situation, it's not just police, it's all the first responders involved in making sure that not only do we keep everybody safe and warm and taken care of, but that we can also clean up the highway and get things moving again.
At the front of the pileup, Derek Kane and crew are rigged up and ready to see if the trailer will hold.
If things go as planned, we'll separate that one, get it out, drag it out, we can hook onto it. Once that's out of the way, and take that whole unit with us. If everything goes as planned. Watch and see if it's separating, boys. Keep going. Watch yourself. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
You can't go down, driver. It's blocked off. Shut down.
On the 401 east of Brockville, it's been 10 hours since the pileup stopped all westbound traffic.
A lot of damage, a lot of mess.
And if the damaged trailer doesn't hold, it will add hours of cleanup to the closure.
Watch and see if it's separating, boys. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Stand back from that.
Oh, wow. That may hold in for the drive.
We were fully expecting to see the chicken nuggets spill out onto the highway.
Perfect example of something that's been loaded properly with bars. It actually stays in the truck even despite there's a collision. So kudos to whoever loaded that truck.
But they still have to move it off the road.
If we can limp it off the highway and offload it at a safe location, that'll make this go a lot faster here. Our concern is that it's going to fall apart in tow, so hopefully we can pull this off.
And help is rolling onto the scene. Local heavy veteran John Campbell.
Hi, how are you? I'm the owner-operator of John Campbell's Towing. The day I was born, they brought me home from the hospital in a tow truck. Been in them ever since.
Chicken nuggets. Really bad.
Tonight, these competitors will work together.
It's a small community, and everybody seems to get along just fine. We work back and forth when we can to help out.
Just drag it out of the way, I guess, eh?
Yeah, I'll grab the front of it.
You know?
I'm gonna slide it over this way, grab the front, and drag it off the highway.
If goes as planned, as we say.
If goes as planned. If the trailer falls apart, we got chicken nuggets all over the highway. We're gonna grab this side cable and a chain and hook in, see if we can drag it sideways off that other stuff. Yeah, that should be good. Can't run that chain through there, underneath the, in between the two tires.
Can you go around the back of the axle?
Hook that in there.
I'll watch it as you pull, John.
Okay. Everybody clear.
Just prying the fully loaded trailer away from the other semi could tear it apart.
Whoa.
But right now,
Gotta angle my truck more.
the wrecker is losing the fight.
These things are not designed to pull sideways, that's for sure.
Yeah, buddy.
A few kilometers to the west, in the city of Brockville,
You're gonna go this way, go inside.
stranded motorists are heading into the safety of the warming center.
Go this way here.
This way, in here.
And for driver Dean Leonard, it's the first chance to process what he's just experienced.
I I think when you're involved in a collision, it's very eye-opening and very scary. How are you doing though?
I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be okay. I'm a little shooken up.
Of course. Knowing that there is somebody there to look after them if they need something is really important, because that shock can stay there for a while.
The snow starts, it starts kind of slowish, and then it just goes whiteout conditions, and people are starting to slow down. They put their flashers on. You could tell people were starting to panic. And I ended pinned between the two trucks underneath. I was crying in the car. I thought I was dying. I thought I was gonna die. I've never been so scared in my life.
Well, I'm glad that you're okay.
Me too. Great day.
Take care.
Thanks for being there. What a lovely day.
Back out on the highway,
I gotta angle my truck more.
Yeah.
John Campbell is repositioning for a better angle to wrench the delicate trailer free.
It's like a game of Jenga. You start pulling on stuff, you don't know how everything else is gonna react.
Starting to come. There she goes. Keep her going. Looks good, boys.
Like butter.
That's more gunnery.
Yo, buddy.
Now, the fastest way to clear is towing the tractor and trailer as one piece.
We're gonna hook it all up, drag it down the road. Hopefully nothing falls apart.
And with almost 40,000 pounds inside,
Okay, let's get some air to it, boys.
that's a lot of hoping.
Taking air. Perfect.
The best way for some of these vehicles to be removed were simply to be dragged down the highway, and they could deal with them on a side street or in a parking lot.
You know, if this gets off the highway like this, we'll be amazed. Those back wheels are like touching the frame and everything. It could be interesting.
Sparks are flying. I'm taking up the whole highway. The very, very back of the trailer is flopping around. I never left first gear, just hoping and praying it stayed together till I got it off the road.
That is not pretty. But it's getting off the road and it's still together, so we're happy. Very happy.
Now, Derek Kane has one job left.
Both sides, double it in.
The transport is so damaged, there's no way to tow it as a single unit.
Motor's under the cab of that truck. That's a very lucky driver, very lucky.
And the tractor doesn't look like it can survive the separation.
It's kind of hard to find a place that's not going to pull apart.
Hook that into there.
We're gonna see what happens with this this truck.
Don't think the axle's going to hold. Keep an eye on it.
On the 401 outside Brockville, one of the last wrecks of the night.
That be the axle.
Isn't going down easy.
A lot of these tractor trailers were so heavily damaged, it was a matter of trying to get things that have smashed up beyond belief to a safe location so we can open it up as soon as possible.
Because after almost 12 hours, the line of traffic inching onto the detour route is stretching for kilometers.
What are you thinking, Derek?
Derek Kane needs a new plan.
Gonna hook into the fifth wheel plate now. Hook the hook into the eye and I'll get the winch started up.
They've split the semi,
That took quite a pull to get that out of that truck.
but they need a secure hookup to drag the tractor off the road.
We'll hook this one right into there, in the middle.
One more is gone. The trailer looks like it's going to be good to tow, which is going to speed up the process.
Now Derek prepares
Okay, this is going to drag ahead.
for his final tow of the night. As the final casualties roll out, the end is finally in sight for Rob Sinclair and everyone who pushed through the night.
When the chips are down, everybody's working together. True picture of professionalism right there.
Good job with that one.
Even though they're competition, they still help each other out to get the job done.
Well, they got the truck out of there now. Open lock doors open. Thanks, Trevor. What do we got to have? Boys, everybody know?
500 kilometers east,
Looked like a truck rolled over. Got one in the ditch there, big truck.
a job is just beginning for Ross Services' 75-ton rotator. And there's a new face behind the wheel.
Now I'm driving Unit 125, which is our 75-ton Peterbilt rotator.
Austin Hutchinson joined the Rosses just a few months ago.
I'm new at Ross, but I've been in the industry for quite a while now, and I've definitely got my practice in, that's for sure.
Austin ran a heavy wrecker for another tow company for many years, and he's also a licensed mechanic. He helps out in the shop.
When we have our free time, this is where you'll find us, making sure that our equipment's good to go for when we do get those big wrecks. My grandfather owned his own repair shop. I grew up around trucks my whole life. I was working in and out of truck shops from the time I was 10, 11 years old.
I want to go on the teeter-totter.
All right.
These days, he has a stronger motivation for his strong work ethic.
I have a 4-year-old boy at home. It's just him and myself. Some days it's a challenge, but I wouldn't trade it. You gonna drive a tow truck when you get big?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm a firm believer that towing and recovery it's in your blood. Which truck do you want? You want the rotator?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That's what everybody wants, isn't it?
Tonight, Austin is heading into his first major rollover of the season with his new team.
We're in for a good pull on that one.
The semi lost control, veering off the road and scraping over a concrete culvert before it smashed into the ditch. The tractor is completely destroyed, but the driver suffered just minor injuries.
Is it loaded or empty?
Loaded. Car parts.
Lovely.
Tonight, Austin's working under David Ross's supervision, and they're staring down a hard deadline.
The object is always to try and keep this highway open. And we know that road really picks up at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. So we want to be out of there.
The trailer has remained intact with its 40,000-pound load, and David wants to keep it that way.
We got a chance of saving her, getting her up.
The only damage that we can see at this point is it's cleaned the landing legs out from underneath of this trailer. But other than that, it looks to be in good shape, so we're gonna bring this thing up and out of here loaded.
But their first challenge is the tractor, barely holding together.
This tractor's beyond repairable. There's just nothing left of this tractor.
Put a line on the front of it somewhere.
Just drag it up the side of the ditch for now.
Yep.
Okay. All right, well, let's get a chain and we'll get hooked up here.
Just after 1 a.m., reinforcements arrive. Operator Brad Prince.
Just another day on this highway. You never know what the next one's gonna bring you.
And veteran Dave Moss.
This is a mess. It's gonna take hours.
This truck is not gonna drive away after we get it out of the ditch.
The cab's 3/4 ripped off the frame, so we're just gonna set it on our float and get it out of here. And then we can work on sliding this trailer up the ditch and getting it back on its wheels.
Okay, let's get this thing pulled. Give it a tug. Get it out of here.
I think that cab's probably gonna come right off. We're gonna pull it up a little bit more, throw a couple straps under it.
So they rig to pull the cab free.
There. Boom up, lock her up, see if I can pop her off.
But the cab refuses to let go.
Take her in the air and swing her.
Oh, it's the torque rod right there. There's one piece holding this cab to the frame. Drive her out. There she goes. I'm gonna pick this cab up, set it there. So we'll pick the whole frame. I'm gonna put the frame on the float first.
MPO is going to close lane 3, and that'll give us room to bring the float up beside it.
Our goal here is to try and get this recovery out of here before the sun's up and before traffic starts to barrel down this highway.
Maneuvering the swinging chassis next to moving traffic is delicate work.
Don't go into that other lane.
And that's up to the newest member of the crew.
A little bit of a challenge.
One eye on what you're doing, one eye on the traffic. That's our golden rule. Austin, don't get in that other lane.
Austin, bring it down.
Put the boom down?
Down!
Looks like it'll take a while there. Yeah, but he's got to slow down and take a good look.
Austin, bring it down.
Put the boom down?
Down!
On the eastbound 401 near Veterans Parkway,
Lower your cables and raise your boom.
Ross's newest crew member is working to coax a swaying chassis onto a trailer.
Okay, she's gonna come around a little more, okay?
And keep it out of the adjacent live lane.
As you lift the actual frame up, it's gonna try to twist. It's gonna try to wiggle around a bit.
Got about a foot, you can come this way.
Okay.
Okay.
Down!
Down.
The chassis is in place. But the crew needs to wrangle the cab.
All right, tighten her up.
We're just gonna work its way over and set it on our float.
Once it clears the truck, bring it down so we can grab a hold of it, Austin.
Now they turn to the heavy lift. The trailer, loaded with 40,000 pounds of auto parts.
Well, we're just looking at getting the strap on the front of this trailer so that we can get it rolled back over and get her out of here.
Okay, we'll drag the cable down.
One rotator on each end will roll the trailer upright. Then they'll add secondary lines to ease it to the highway.
We'll put two straps underneath the front and rear corner.
Okay.
hopefully it comes down into the ditch nice and gentle.
I need under this corner somehow.
Oh yeah, no worries.
From what they can see, the trailer is intact. But it's what they can't see that's the concern.
Come on. Here we go. When a trailer's laying on its side, you really can't tell if anything's bitted on the way out.
The last thing an operator wants is for the load to come bursting through the wall.
All right, you're number one, you're number two. Yeah. Just tighten her up.
Take her up.
And Dave will watch his own bottom strap. You won't have to worry.
All right.
Austin will have to time his pull exactly
Are your winch is faster than mine?
to match the speed of seasoned pro Dave Moss.
Yeah, mine is a little bit faster.
Number two. One.
You.
Put her up.
Take her over, he says. Okay, stop.
Phase 1 is complete. And so far, the trailer is holding.
Well, now that we got it upright, we got to get it out of the ditch.
See if we can spin that front around.
They re-rigged to pull it sideways and toward the road, careful to keep it level with no tractor wheels up front.
You just have to keep the nose up out of the ground so it doesn't plow in and dig.
Keep coming.
Landing gear is gonna fight us. We might be better off to cut that off.
Just don't worry about it.
That's all I got. She won't pull it anymore.
Show?
No. Landing gear is gonna fight us.
On the 401 in London,
That's all I got. She won't pull it anymore.
40,000 pounds of auto parts is teetering off the edge of the road.
The traffic is building as we get this trailer up to the driving lane. So it's time to get it out of there. Can you reach over and take the front of this? Because everything's biting up underneath.
We got to reposition so we can put one truck on the front, the winch, and another truck will just coax it up out.
With morning traffic looming, they re-rig with a rotator on each end of the trailer.
Okay, just work them both.
Just want to slowly walk it up. One corner we want lift, and the other corner we just want pull. We just want to pull it up straight. All right, ready?
Load them up. Just pull on the far one. Oh, there she goes. Yeah, don't stop.
Austin needs to lift high enough for the undercarriage to clear, but not too high.
You take it as far as you can.
We don't want to be lifting that corner of the trailer because then you get the trailer tipping. I'm almost out.
Just use your drag winch.
Okay, that's it, David.
Okay, just hold her steady for a minute. Well, I guess the trailer's half out.
And they can't pull the other half out from this setup.
Well, we're gonna unhook you and reposition you, so. Are the brakes off?
Yeah.
Okay, start pulling. Get him up. That side. Just follow with this one. Do your lead with that one.
Now Austin must guide it into the narrow space between the rotator and ditch.
Just bring her to a stop when you can't go anymore.
That's all I got.
Okay, stop her. Take her right over.
Yeah. It's on the road.
Now that we got this trailer up on the road, the next thing is just hook up to it and drag everything home.
Okay. Just finish hooking onto this and take her down the road.
The first rollover of the winter and the new hires' first test are over.
Got air going to it now, David? It went really well, actually. Once we got everything set up, we were ready to go. It went smooth, and it come out well. We're happy with it.
Our goal was to get this recovery up and out of the ditch and cleaned up before rush hour, before the sun comes up. We've pretty well met that deadline bang on. These guys have been in the business for a long time. They're very good at what they do. So definitely you feel privileged to work with these guys.
Next time on Heavy Rescue 401.
It's quite a mess.
Border backup.
This is a big problem.
Brings a load of trouble.
Wow.
She looks like a doozy.
Zach tests.
Pretty messed up, that's for sure.
This time on Heavy Rescue 401.
I don't want to take a chance.
B&G
Watch out, guys.
battles gravity.
Whoa. Ain't no rest for the wicked.
Collins' comeback.
Stay in sync.
It's a roadblock.
Come on. I'm lifting my truck.
I consider it pretty dangerous.
Let's show that. And double tanker, double danger.
This is going to be a hard tournament. We could have a huge environmental disaster on our hands.
Highways are starting to get snow covered. And it's supposed to keep snowing. There's going to be a lot of smashes.
A snowy mess out there. We've got several collisions, making things really tricky to get around.
A snowy night in Toronto is turning into a busy night for maintenance crews and first responders.
Blowing snow, reduced visibility. Snow is accumulating on the highway. The plows and salters have been out, but we just need drivers to really think about their driving behavior and drive according to the conditions.
These roads are a lot slicker than they look.
I'll advise MTO here to keep the salters and plow.
On the 401, just west of Yonge, plow crews are fighting to keep the highway clear.
People don't adjust to the driving conditions. It is crazy.
Impatient drivers aren't helping.
You gotta be very careful. When everybody's in a hurry and they want to rip past me, and we can squash them like a tomato.
You can send that transfer. My role is to hold traffic back so that we don't get cars in between the plows. If you see the echelon and you're coming onto the highway, I'm going to be chasing you down. Oh, I got a car up there. This guy's trying to pass the plows. That guy is so dangerous. So now I have to speed up and ease him over to the left. Holy. He was so close to being hit by a plow. Did you see that guy trying to race me?
Yeah, we did.
Just trying to keep you guys safe.
As the crews push on, they get an urgent warning from east of the city.
Falls Curtis Road down. What's going on there? Truck hanging over the bridge.
Holy. Isn't that just something else, eh? How do you do that?
This is a big deal.
And it's a big problem for Bill Wright.
We're gonna try and get rigged up and get the truck off the wall as quick as we can.
You don't go to an accident scene every day and see a truck hanging over a bridge.
This is huge.
tractor trailer has jackknifed on the West 401 just east of Oshawa. The truck reportedly dangling off the 401 above Curtis Road.
I'm gonna back up. Just make sure no one stands behind me.
With the scene right on his doorstep at the B&G yard, Bill answered the call within minutes.
The driver, he actually opened his door to get out and realized that he was actually in midair. Fortunately, he could step out the passenger's door onto the bridge railing and off the bridge.
Pretty messed up, that's for sure. See what we gotta do to get it out of here. I guess she shattered the transmission pretty good. There's parts laying everywhere.
We're very fortunate we had no motorists coming onto the bridge at the time of the accident. We had 50, 60-pound gears all over the road, 25 feet below. Could have been catastrophic.
Now Bill and crew have to make sure the rest of the tractor doesn't follow the debris down to the road.
It's exciting, right? You get to see some stuff you've never seen before. What do you need that?
And a big part of that task will fall on Bill's son, Billy, growing into the role of his right-hand man.
With Mitch being up north, myself and the old man are doing this together. It's a big job, but we can get it done.
Can you get up there?
Yeah.
Tonight will be the biggest job Billy has tackled at his father's side.
Oh. Take your time, Billy. I got you.
Bill Jr. is coming along amazingly well, but when you've got something hanging over a bridge, you're into a whole world of new. You don't see this every day.
Just watch your slippery feet with the diesel fuel.
Fuel tanks were ripped open, so the fuel was coming out at a high rate of speed.
We've got puddled fuel, 6-8 inches deep in the snow that we're walking in.
The diesel fuel complicates things for sure. It's very slippery. If we're not careful here, we could fall off of the bridge.
Go right around that frame right there?
Yeah.
We can't reach part of the truck that we'd really like to rig to here, so our options are limited.
The trailer, it's empty, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna lift straight up.
Okay.
With the rigging points on the front of the tractor out of reach, Bill has to lift from farther back.
We'll try this.
But that risks tilting the truck further over the edge.
So we want only the front end of this truck to lift. By rigging behind the cab, we're moving back from center of the vehicle and risking having to lift the whole thing.
Careful, Billy, get down.
Oh, let me grab your shoulder. Good. Thanks.
So they won't commit fully just yet.
We'll do a quick test lift and see.
We're just not sure with the way it's bent, the way it's sitting, how it's going to handle.
Watch yourself. Well, the back's coming off the ground. With the trailer being empty, we just don't have enough weight at the back.
Initial test lift was a failure. Got to get some front lift here.
I don't want to take a chance.
There's a lot of traffic here. Left and right lanes are braking.
100 kilometers to the northwest.
It's super backed up.
Traffic up the 400 is slowing to a hard stop.
That tanker got railed pretty good.
A tanker is on its side, squeezing the northbound highway.
Auto route towing is at scene.
Wow. What a show.
And Amin Abdurrahman is sizing up a big job and a tough night.
This is freaking buried.
The B train was heading northbound when a pickup cut it off. The tractor and both its trailers veered into the median, where the rear tanker slammed over in the ditch.
It's amazing. There's no leaks. It's not just a truck in the ditch. This tanker is fully loaded with 53,000 liters of fuel. We couldn't take any chances on this job. One little spark and we're done.
With a mixed load of diesel and gasoline, the Autoroute towing crew needs to take every precaution.
We're gonna remove the batteries just in case something, goes wrong. All it would take is positive to arc over, and then we got a spark and may have a fire.
And fire is only the first danger.
It's fully loaded. We could have a huge environmental disaster on our hands. We need professionals to pump it out. And then once it's offloaded, we can do our part of the job.
I'm gonna pump out of here and into my tanker right there. We're gonna get the gas off this unit right now. That's the most volatile. Right? Everybody's gonna feel a little bit better after that, right? We're being very cautious.
Let's open.
We're good to go here.
But pumping out 53,000 liters is a job.
All I see is brake lights up ahead of us there, man.
That will take hours.
What the hell are we going so slow for?
That tanker rolled over in the ditch there.
This is not an easy task in any way.
It's still hanging off Chansworth.
Bill? Yeah? What do you think?
Back at Curtis Road,
We're gonna have to sneak up through the trailer? Okay, yeah.
Bill and Billy have been working hard on a plan B to safely lift the tractor.
With the weight and where we are, we're not getting enough lift at the back there, and obviously we can't access the left side.
Ideally, with this sort of lift, you'd want to lift by the front of the tractor, but unfortunately for us, that's just not an option right now.
I think this rim and that frame will do it.
Mm-hmm. Worst case scenario, if we're not careful here, we could have this truck fall off of the bridge.
There you go. Where's your glove?
So we're going to take our second line and run it out to the front right rim.
Okay.
And that should stop it from teetering forward.
I'm good to go? Yep. Watch out, guys.
But even if they can keep the truck from tipping over, there's no guarantee the dislodged cab will hold on.
We're trying to get it to unlodge itself from the bridge. We're pulling hard, creaking and groaning.
What's stopping that cab from coming on?
Probably not much.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We don't really want that. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on that.
The trailer's still hooked to the truck on the fifth wheel and the kingpin. That's what's keeping it from falling over. But it'll only go so far before it says, okay, I've had enough.
We're just not sure what way it's going to swing when it initially leaves the ground. We face the chance of losing this cab down over the side of this bridge.
Whoa!
Trailer tilt. Is it getting better or worse?
It's getting worse.
On the Curtis Road overpass.
I'm off the wall.
I know, but you gotta go a lot higher to clear that rail.
Father and son are fighting to free the tractor.
Hold on.
Without sending the loose cab plummeting straight onto the road below.
Then I'll stop.
It's a very tense moment.
It's moving it right now.
This truck will not lift level and straight. We're gonna have to come up with another plan.
Let's run your wrecker down here, Billy. I want you to bring a high line down onto this corner of this trailer.
I'm gonna get Junior to bring the 35 ton up, get hooked into the left front corner of this trailer.
Okay, good.
Gives me more stability while I'm lifting the front end up off of the wall.
In one, out the other, if you can. Just that peace of mind, right?
With Bill hooked to the tractor, Billy will anchor the trailer while his father lifts and rotates the truck.
Tighten up.
It's a delicate dance for two operators new to working as a team.
Right there, that's all you need.
We've got to pull together. He's got to lift an inch, I got to lift an inch. We don't want to change the angle of what we have, we just want to change the height.
Okay, I'm gonna come to you real gentle.
I hope this works.
Can you set it down? Not quite. It's a bit of a slow process, but it's starting to come to us. Okay, I'm gonna go down, Willie. That's awesome. Well, we're not done yet. We're still stuck on the wall here.
Beautiful. We'll get the truck and trailer out of the scene here so that the cleanup crew can commence with their cleanup.
Back a bit. Hope. I'm gonna drag it up the road. Everything went good, actually. Went great. Now that I'm getting a little bit more of the wrecks, definitely fun learning some new skills. Sunshine? Hey, another wreck for the son and the father? Yeah.
It's awesome to work with Bill Jr. It's something that's new for us, and every time I get to work with him, I get a whole new understanding of how far along he's actually come in this industry.
It's a lot of fun getting to work with the old man and getting to spend time with him. It's good.
All debris has been removed. 10-4.
Beauty.
200 kilometers north of the 401.
Life in Bancroft's pretty cool. It's a different pace from back home on the 401.
Mitch Wright is starting a new day and a whole new life at B&G's northern outpost.
Yeah, my dad and Billy have been super busy. You know, I definitely miss that, you know, on the side of the highway thing and, you know, all the chaos that comes with it.
Mitch's new role in the north at Bancroft is going to be to oversee the other drivers, so he's going to be doing all position from management to towing to running the heavy. He still has lots of growing up to do.
In fact, the day he was initially set to head north, Mitch put the new job in real jeopardy.
We built a big freestyle ramp in the backyard. Get a couple more jumps in before we head off to Bancroft and kind of get it out of my system. My mom and dad have been kind of on me about the racing thing and maybe taking a step back. I just came in way too fast. I overshot the landing and landed flat. My ankle just broke.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, don't move. I think Mitch was upset with himself for allowing this to happen.
The responsibility of taking care of the business and, you know, being that guy that's in charge for it, it's a massive opportunity for me at Bancroft. So it's going to be up to me to, you know, take care of business and make sure things run smooth. We should go to the hospital now.
A badly torn tendon delayed Mitch's departure, but a month later, he hit the road.
So right now, I'm just on my way up to a pretty secluded kind of part of the area.
Today, the new face of B&G North is heading up a remote forest route.
The roads are deadly.
To help out a local whose truck has run off the road.
You got a truck width, and if you let a tire slip off the only path that there is, then you're stuck too. Like you could bring a bigger tow truck in here to pull you out, like you're on your own.
Mitch is only 22 years old. He's got a big roll up there. He's gonna go through some learning curves.
So deadly. Like, if you go off the road, it's like 80-foot drop into trees. This is so sketchy.
What a frustrating day for anybody using the 400s for the morning commute.
Back on the 400, morning traffic is struggling past the tanker scene.
A tanker truck has actually rolled over in the median ditch. This situation won't be a quick recovery. It is a mess.
The backlog is crazy. a pickup truck traveling along changes lanes right into the front of the tractor trailer. This should not have happened, and as a result, the driver of the pickup truck, he's the one facing a careless driving charge. And it's just simple. Use your mirrors, be aware of your surroundings, and drive accordingly. We need to get this opened as quickly as we can.
With the first trailer now empty, Amen will hold it upright.
It's up there.
So his brother Yasin can safely ease it forward.
You ready?
The job is not easy to begin with. It made it harder with the mud. The faster you can do it, the better for everybody.
It's showtime. And some more heavy backup has just arrived.
Am I good to lift here now?
Bubba Simple built his rep at highly respected company, Classic Towing.
Unless my truck rolls over, that's the only time I'll stop. Okay.
Just keep lowering fast. Fast.
After sharing some jobs with Amen and the crew over the years, Bubba made a move last winter.
Hey, look at that. Nice job, guys. Nice job.
I watched Autoroute get more trucks, and one day Amin called me up and asked me if I wanted to come over, and it's growing great.
You're a good man. You're a good man.
Pretty deep in there, eh? This is gonna be a hard pullman.
Bubba's wrecker won't be needed until the next phase, but he can already see what they're up against.
It's down in the mud hard. It's all marsh, so this one's gonna be tricky to do.
Go ahead, Yasin. Nice and slow. Wow. Buried in that muck. There's huge suction. That's a lot of pressure, man. Double the working load limit on the back line here. Here we go. It's coming.
Keep going. Gotta give it a little bit more.
We're almost there.
The upright trailer is clear, but it's the second one that will be more complicated and riskier.
On to the next one as soon as I get the fuel pumped out of it.
With the tanker on its side, the crew can't just open a valve to pump it dry.
I consider it pretty dangerous. They're drilling a hole in her as we speak, man.
I wouldn't want their job. There's not enough danger pay in the world for something like that. Any kind of spark, we could be in a whole lot of kaboom here.
I wouldn't be up there with a drill, that's for sure. Wow.
I wouldn't want their job. There's not enough danger pay in the world for something like that.
On Highway 400, south of Barrie, the hazmat crew is carefully breaching the overturned tanker.
I consider it pretty dangerous.
And as the crew works, the traffic backup is getting more intense.
Slow into it, Cole. All the traffic here.
We're almost done here. We're just doing the last compartment there now.
With the crew emptying the very last section, the Autoroute team has to be ready to move.
Both Amin and myself are gonna hook it up, drag it up, slip it right here in behind our trucks. The pressure's on us to get this cleaned up. With the traffic building, we gotta get this done and out of here quick.
Thanks, man. Hold it. Okay, right there.
That's good, Gemma. Boom out a little bit.
Bobby, you ready?
10-4.
Go a little bit more with your higher line. Go up on the top. Lift it up.
Yeah, I just gotta catch up with the bottom.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I'll let off my lines a little bit so you're not pulling against me.
Yeah. There, Bubba, leave it there. You're good there. We're just gonna mid-air roll it and Bubba's gonna catch it. Yeah, we're ready. Stand back. Slow there, Bubba.
It's a precision move. Bubba will need to take over and ease down the trailer at just the right moment.
Min and I need to stay in sync. If we twist at the wrong times, we can do damage. Keep going.
Hold on, let me catch up with the yellow. 1 second, 1 second. Bubba, down on that low line, man. Down on that low line.
I can't see what's happening on a Min's side. He can't see what's happening on my side. If we snap a strap, you know, it can end up bad. Touchdown.
Good there. Hook it up.
It went good. The equipment's out. No one got hurt. I don't even want to think about the fatigue. I woke up yesterday morning.
It's a win-win today. We didn't even lose a drop of oil, or diesel or gas. In my books, that went very well. You guys are awesome.
Good job, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good job.
Perfect.
Yep, thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
This was definitely a team effort. I'm very pleased that we didn't have an environmental disaster in our hands. Things could have shifted very quickly to the worst case scenario.
I have some great news. That tanker truck that we've been telling you about, it's been removed from the ditch. All lanes have reopened, both north and southbound.
I can see the traffic moving. 10-4.
So deadly.
Back in the woods outside of Bancroft.
What?
Scary.
Mitch is still searching and trying to stay on the road.
Lots of trees around. Oh, there she is, right there. All right.
Mitch's success in Bancroft depends on connecting with the locals.
Oh, this is hairy, man.
But this driver is long gone.
Alrighty, let's get her done. It's a single lane, so there's no room for me to, get beside it and like pull on a 45. I'm gonna run a line from my truck off that tree and then redirect it down to the truck. It's definitely a lot different than working on the 401. We're using nature to get stuff out. When you're pulling on a tree, you gotta be careful. You don't know how strong the tree is, what the roots are like. Sometimes you get yourself out, but the other option is you pull the tree over and you close the road down. All right. Come on, baby. Oh! Just like that. She's good to go.
The truck is free, but now it's blocking Mitch's only exit.
Hopefully the customer gets here, because I can't leave until she moves. No service. I can't even call her and tell her we're here.
We've got a truck in the ditch on its side. He does have a lot of weight on, from what I understand. It sounds like it's a pretty good job, actually.
500 kilometers southwest. It's shaping up to be a big day for Colin Vanden Heuvel.
This is my first time doing another heavy winch out since I had that pin let go.
Just recently, a defective toe pin with hidden rust inside turned into a close call.
Pins letting go is definitely one of the most dangerous situations. we're in the line of fire.
Did it get you?
Oh, yeah.
It's a scary experience. This was an extremely close call, so we don't want it to happen again.
So Colin's father, Gary, has mandated some changes to the crew's rigging system.
We had a hook failure on one of the wrecks that we did there. So now what I've come up with, guys, is this. We're gonna go off 2 pins, and then we put our endless loop in the center, and we're gonna hook our winch line up to this, and if one of them does happen to break, it's gonna be stopped by the second pull pin. It's not gonna come at us. I want this mandatory on anything that we pull on. It's all things to make sure that we're safe and that we go home to our families every night.
Today could be the first test for the new system, and it will definitely be a test of Colin's determination.
I have to get back on the horse here, so to speak, and get back into the recoveries, so I trust that my dad's new design for the rigging is going to work for us. Look at that.
Oh boy.
Kyle, he's already out with his 35-ton, but he said we needed the rotator on this one.
Morning.
I've called Colin and because this is gonna be a big-ass job, and I'm not doing this with just my 35-ton.
Holy crap. It's impressive how far you slid like that. This truck is spun right around. It's on its side. We've got a lot of extra challenges. The back is pretty beat up. It's just not going to want to hold together. That's the only problem with that. This is an A-train.
See that big bolt that goes through? You're going to roll one, and the other one's going to stay where it is. It's not going to come over like a B train.
Yeah. An A-train has an extra set of pivot points in it, which can cause a lot of issues.
They're going to come over independent of each other. So that could make your life significantly more difficult.
Yep.
Risk up here. There's a truck flipped over up ahead there, fella.
50 kilometers east of Sarnia on the 402.
Nothing better than facing the wrong way on a 400 series highway.
Colin is rigging up for his first move and trying to put the recent pin snap behind him.
It's gonna be a good pull here. All right. I'm not gonna soon forget that, but you know, we still have a job to do and I have to get back out here eventually. Ain't no rest for the wicked. There's my dad right there. My dad's taking a bit of a step back today. He's not gonna be working any of the trucks. All right, got a plan, gents? Yeah.
Gonna let Colin lead this recovery. Gonna allow him to move past this.
So we'll drag this unit sideways right to the center of the ditch there. Okay. Flop it there, and then we can take it up the ramp. Sounds good. Holy crap. So my plan with this one is I want to get it dragged actually down into the ditch. Hey, that one's good. And then that way it's going to be a lot closer to the road by the time we get it rolled over. Okay, I'm going to watch the backside, guys.
Kyle will slide the tractor while Colin pulls both trailers.
We just have to be really careful as we slide this. Okay, go Kyle.
The truck's driver estimated 5,000 pounds of cargo, all loaded in the first trailer.
You getting anything? No.
I'm lifting my truck.
It's not quite reacting like we expected it to. Keep pulling there, Carl. For only having 5,000 in the front box, it should be sliding a lot easier than this. Come on. Might come quick, guys. Watch it. Yeah. There we go. Down she comes. Nice, guys. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It's nice and straight. Part one was a success.
But the amount of resistance has Gary wondering.
I'm just worried about this trailer. I'm not really sure
how much weight we really do have in there. When I looked in this trailer, the weights weren't adding up for what I was seeing. I'm not back to 5. Come and get me. Best way to find out the exact weights, get the manifest, and then you know what you're dealing with.
Just gonna check our weights, see what we got. Ooh. Yeah, she's up there, boys.
Once we opened up the manifest, we started doing the calculations on the weight, and it was way heavier than the estimates.
You're right on the limits.
My concern is that the load comes out the side.
Might be her there. That'd be cool.
Back up a remote forest road.
How are you?
Mitch's customer has finally come to his rescue.
I already got it out for you. It's all good.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
That's exactly where I went in one time, too.
Is that right?
Yeah. We've been stuck 3 times this winter.
So far, Mitch seems to be making a good impression on his new neighbors.
We really appreciate you coming and coming so fast.
Yeah, no problem at all. No problem at all. I appreciate the call.
No problem.
Put my number on speed dial.
I got it on speed dial.
All right, guys. You have a good day, okay?
Thank you so much.
Looks okay. Give it a shot, maybe? Every time you're making contact with the customer, you really have to make sure you're giving them the experience that they deserve and the service that they deserve.
No! No way! She did it again! You need a tow truck?
That should be good right there.
On a remote road outside Bancroft,
I think this one's a freebie.
Mitch is getting a second shot at making a first impression.
Just better you than me, right? At least I can get you out. You can't get me out. Okay, turn your wheels this way a bit. Right there, perfect. Okay, put it in drive. Wheels to the right. Just come ahead nice and easy. Yeah, perfect, you're out. Cool. Oh my God. Woo! Can't believe how deep it is in there.
We'll get you snowshoes.
I'm gonna need them.
You do need them up here.
Right? I'm gonna leave this stuff out in case we need it again before we get to the end of the road.
Okay.
And for the second time today, Mitch has shown he can be the face of B&G.
I've seen Mitch 2 more times than I'd like to this year.
It's exactly what we need. It's more connections like that. Over time, the community is just really going to know that we're here to plant our roots, and this is a long-term thing, not a short-term thing.
I have the utmost confidence in Mitch that he can mature with what B&G requires him to do, and he'll make the business proud.
I don't think there'd be a more beautiful place to be out towing.
We're still working on the rolled over trucks from this morning. And it's still there.
So what are you thinking, Carl?
On Highway 402, Colin is rethinking his plan now that he knows the cargo weight is 3 times the original estimate.
I'm thinking maybe we'll switch up the line on the rotator and we'll run it to the front. And then we'll get Kyle's wrecker, we'll run the line from his truck to the back one.
He's taking on a different role, obviously, in the company.
Right, and then you're gonna cross it. Yeah. It's gonna give you more support underneath.
Yeah. He's learned a lot of things over the years now, and it's nice to see him to step into a leadership role.
I like that thought. Okay.
With the extra weight, there's a good chance that we could split this trailer while operating it. So we're gonna do a Christmas wrap, which is gonna basket the trailer.
With Kyle on the tractor, he and Colin will cross straps to cradle the loaded trailer, while Colin rolls the empty one.
Okay, it's tight now, yeah, she's tight. Where do you want me? You stay on the back, make sure she's not coming apart on us. Yeah.
This is a complicated role that Colin has. He has multiple lines to this.
Okay, we're ready.
He's controlling the front trailer that's loaded.
Start taking up on your front end there, Kyle.
Okay, just hang on a sec.
He has another operator that's also attached to that.
Nice and easy together, guys. Stay in sync. Yeah.
And he's also got a separate trailer that is just totally independent from the lead trailer that he has to operate in sync.
It's like playing piano.
This is a really complicated move. This is an A-train. You have just one more extra pivot point, which can cause a lot of issues.
Careful.
Okay, it wants to almost fall over.
You're okay here.
Front end's down.
There we go. Nice. And look at that. There you go. Nice job, guys. Nice and soft. Load stayed. That was like textbook work right there. I like that.
Getting it standing up was one thing, but now the hard part is to actually physically get it out, up onto the road.
Like last time, they'll rig to toe pins in the bumper.
Just gotta be careful.
With the recent pin snap, it's definitely still fresh in my mind.
You gonna be able to get into that pin?
We got one here already.
Yep, that'll work.
The driver already has his pins in place, giving Kyle a head start.
I'm gonna be the guinea pig and use this front rigging method that Gary wants us to do.
I've practiced it a couple of times on my own, just, on the weekends when nobody's around.
Yeah, there's nerves when you're trying something new and different, because you don't know how it's gonna work until you try it. I'm concerned on how it's gonna work.
Let's just be really careful. Okay, phase 3. Let's tighten everything up.
On the 402, west of Strathroy.
I'm ready whenever you are, Kyle.
Okay, I'm ready.
It's time to put Gary's new rigging plan to the test.
Pull. Careful. That front end coming over?
It's definitely something that plays with your mind. Pin snapping and flying is not a fun experience. It's definitely something that's going to stay with me.
Well, our system works.
One pin didn't hold, but with a new system in place, the second pin provided an anchor.
Not the way I wanted to test it, but this is a huge relief. It didn't come flying back at us.
Learning experience for me as well.
It did demonstrate that it actually works.
Let go there.
I don't think there was a pin in here properly.
The toe pin came out, and that was my fault.
The toe pin itself is fine.
Oh, you didn't have a toe pin in there?
I'm wondering.
Yeah, you didn't have a pin in there.
I never checked.
The truck's driver hadn't fully secured the pin in place.
There's a pin that actually goes in the back and holds it into the frame rail, and he hadn't checked that, so when he pulled on it, obviously as soon as any pressure got on it, it popped right out.
I'd assumed that the locking pin was in. Who puts a toe pin in the truck and doesn't put the lock pin in? I guess this guy.
Okay, I'm ready whenever you are, Kyle.
Okay, here we go.
Once again, time to shake off the nerves and finish the job.
Okay. Well, not too much harder on that back. Sliding on you pretty good, Collie. Yeah, I know. Okay, I'm gonna slide this back trailer up a bit. Hey, Kyle, it's yours.
Okay, here we go.
That's nice. Perfect. Okay, you're good.
Damn right I'm good. Pick her up and deal with it off the highway and OPP will be happy, and everybody should be happy.
That is a victory. Colin's actually come a long way. 6 years ago he was in a 1-ton running that, and now he's leading a recovery and a good one as well. Like it's fun to see. It's nice to see. It makes me proud.
Well, we got her up and out. Now we just got to get her home. After the pin snapped, we all worked together to come up with plans to make sure that this thing came out of the ditch safely.
There we go.
Going back to work, it's a huge relief. It's a great feeling.
Holy.
You're gonna have one hell of a hard time getting that out of there.
Next time on Heavy Rescue 401.
Wall is still on the ground, man.
A stubborn load
Come on.
stays put. Mangled truck,
Whoa! John, stop!
tangled trees,
I can't turn the wheel.
and a twisted jackknife.
Come on.
Trips up Kevin.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.